Hey, what's up? We're Life Without Pants with another Path of Exile video, and in today's video we're going to talk about rarity. We're going to talk about rarity during the campaign. It's ExileCon's over. The new league is only 3 short-ish weeks away, so we're doing lots of league start testing. And one of the things I was interested in was, if you stack rarity early on, how useful is it? Do you actually find a lot of unique items, especially unique items, because some of them can go for extremely high amounts in the first couple of days of a league until they turn back into 1 alch items. Lots of them just actually stick at 1 alch. So I made 2 characters. We used our lightning arrow artillery ballista build that we've been messing around with for the last league, really. And let's just have a look at the kills here for this one. So this is 70,784. So you could argue that a sample size of 1 character is not enough, but I would describe this as a sample size of 70,000 monsters, because we tried to stack rarity as much as possible on this one. This is Magic Rarity LA test, and the other one's Magic 2 Electric Boogaloo or something like that. So we tried to stack as much rarity as possible on this. We were, base types, we were going for gold amulets and gold rings. We were going for, rarity on gear wherever we could find it, to the detriment of our defenses sometimes as well. And yeah, we were just trying to stack as much rarity as humanly possible on this build. We did drop a gold worm as well for our boots, so we immediately equipped those. And let's just jump out into the other character so we can see what kind of kills they have as well. So rarity test 2, electric, yeah, whatever. So this one, oh, can you actually just do up and, no, okay, you can't do that. So this one, 69,379 monsters killed. Oh, somebody's got some nice ants here. And that means that we've got around 70,000 samples of monsters each. This one was just like a classic lightning arrow artillery ballista build. Nothing crazy going on here. Our defenses are pretty... we've taken off a couple of things because they were uniques, and we put all the uniques in 2 stash tabs. So I had the uniques for one of them in with the synergy of uniques in 1 tab, and then we did the same with the other. So here we got the non-rarity and the rarity test, and we also did 60 out of 132. Now I can't show you this because it was SSF that we did these in. It's all the VODs are on stream if you want to go and check them out. But basically we got to 60 out of 132 Atlas passives, and that means that we were basically we did like 1 or 2 red maps. So we got all the way to red maps with both of these builds, and we got 60 Atlas passive points unlocked, which is not all of the white and yellow tiers, but it's a decent proportion. We missed a few here and there. So let's take a look at the results. I'm going to just show these off now. So this is the non-rarity test. So we still got a decent amount of uniques through the campaign, and obviously we can just hover over and you can see, like, due to the affinity here, then all the stuff at the beginning will be like really low item level. So item level 14. 35, etc., etc., etc. And then basically once we hit maps, then we start generating quite a few of them. There was nothing particularly good. Some of these would sell for 1C on league launch. Some of them would definitely not. The skirmish we got, we immediately equipped that because lightning arrow artillery ballista. We need +1 number of summon totems for sure. That's like just free extra damage, so we immediately put that on. Also, it's got intelligence and accuracy, which is pretty good for the build too. We did drop a Call of the Brotherhood, which was the only really notable drop for this, and Barracks Pass we were using. That's why we got no ring. So these 2 we were using, and then for the that's the non-rarity test. So I don't think we had any magic find at all on this build. Oh, 13% rarity. So really, really low. And then for the rarity test, well, there's a clear difference in the amount of uniques that we got. A very clear difference. It was insane, actually. We dropped a Wilma's as well, and due to Palstron, thanks Palstron, these are like 100 and something chaos at League launch, because you can get Ancestral Bond with them, and then you can do chaos. I guess it's Caustic Arrow or something like that. I can't remember the video that Palstrom made about it specifically, but these are pretty decent at League launch. These are really good Writhing Jar if you get a very decent roll. We did not. And we got the gold worms as well, and so that's why one of the rings that we were using, I think we were using the Berrics as well. Yeah, we dropped a Berric grip, so we were using that because it's 1 to 57 lightning damage to spells and attacks. And then the gold worm, and these they don't actually give any rarity; they just give quantity, and not a huge amount, but it was thematic with the build that we were running. So for this. This is for the non-rarity. We had 13% rarity in total, and then for the second one we had let's see here, we had 60% rarity there. So like the difference that 50% rarity makes is pretty big. It's really in the number of uniques you get, and these, maybe they're just all Alk shards, maybe they are. But I think this deserves further investigation, because the amount of stuff that we got, and I'm going to sort these and organize these, and then we're going to talk about them a little bit more. But the amount of, just the sheer volume of uniques that you get is pretty crazy with just a little bit of rarity. And I'm trying to figure out how I would run rarity in the future now. So I'm going to switch to the future, and I will have organized these, so I'll see you in a second. Okay, and we're back, and here we have the results. So we got 55 in our non-rarity test, where we end up at, I think we got like the 13% rarity like in the last few maps. So we went through the campaign and the early whites and yellows with pretty much 0 rarity on our build, and we got 55 in total. And there's a few things that strike me here. Not that many belts, only 3 belts, only 1 helmet. And that's it. We got a decent amount of body armors, a few weapons, quite a lot of offhands as well. And then, these small weapons here. I've divided these up to make it look a bit more presentable. A couple of flasks and a decent amount of jewelry. This is the kind of amount of jewelry I would really expect to get. And then in the rarity test, where we had 60% rarity, we had 96 of these. So that's 75% more from just having the rarity. And I mean, look, we got 11 helmets. 11 helmets. We got pretty similar amounts of gloves between the two of them. In fact, they're exactly the same amount. We got, almost double the number of boots, and we have the offhands and stuff. There's quite a few of those. One thing I did notice as well, this run, like lots of quivers, 0 bows, and in this one, lots of bows, 0 quivers. So make of that what you will, but the number of rare, unique weapons that we got was insane in comparison. We got, just in area of this, I mean, there's lots of two-handed weapons in there, but just in the area of weapons that we got, it was crazy. So this has been a really, really interesting thing. I think my conclusions from this are that, I mean, let's face it, most of these are Alk shards, right? They are. And Alks are quite important when you're going through the campaign. You need a lot of Alks. So the more uniques, the better. And I think going forward, in Act 3, when you meet Lady Diala for the first time and she gives you a choice of necklaces, usually I would go with a necklace that would make sense for my build. But I think in the future, I'm going to go with a gold necklace, because just a little bit of rarity is going to make a huge difference to the number of alchemies I can generate via, turning uniques into Alk shards. I think that's going to make just a huge difference on its own. Normally I would go for, I think for this build, normally I'm going with the intelligence, the lapis amulet, because it's a little bit intelligence starved, a little bit strength starved. But if we could drop a Wilmer's, this is 100 chaos day 1. If we could drop a Wilmer's because we chose a gold amulet instead of a lapis amulet, I think I'm going to be doing that. I I'm not sure if I can find it here, but I had a gold flask as well. Perhaps it was this one. No, this would have been a different one. But there was a gold flask that we had, and I was strongly considering using that as the base for our first automated flask, so that then we would have some kind of flask on it. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, I have item rarity support. We've got a 5 link on our lightning arrow. And so the first thing I did was put item rarity support on there. So there's 40% increased rarity of items dropped by monsters slain from supported skills. Now, it's difficult to determine how much of the time I kill stuff with lightning arrow versus artillery ballista. I would say it's about half, probably. Lots of the bosses, obviously, though, they're killed by artillery ballista because this is a single target and this is the clear. And so I'm going to say maybe it was 20% on average rarity. It seems fair to just split it down the middle. So I think it was a little bit more than 69. Let's say it was 89% rarity. But just having a little bit of rarity on like an amulet or on like a helmet or something like that. I believe this one's actually split. Oh, no, it's not. So you can get rarity as a prefix and as a suffix. So if you can get like some insane kind of rarity going, then you're going to be... Honestly, I think you're going to have a really, really good time with it. I'm really glad we did this. Would I do it again? Probably not. It was very, very interesting though, and we learnt exactly what we set out to find out, which was how much is rarity worth it in the campaign. Definitely in the future, I'm not going to be going with no rarity. It's somewhere, I think it's, all things in balance is the best life. So I think going forwards, I'm going to be taking the gold amulet from Lady Diala as much as possible. And if I find a good gold ring, then I'm going to be taking that. If I have like a blue on, say I have a corrupted 5 link, I can't fit some damage support skill in there, I'll take item rarity support, because honestly, it does make a ton of difference, especially to when you get into red maps and you're starved for alchemies and Varl orbs because you need to run all your maps corrupted and rare. It's pretty decent. Anyway, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new. And I love you all very much. I hope you're kind to everyone you meet. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.